Be courageous. Have faith. Go forward. Tomorrow is my exam, but I don't care because a single sheet of paper can't decide my future. The secret of success is focus of purpose. The most necessary task of civilization is to teach people how to think. It should be the primary purpose of our public schools. The mind of a child is naturally active. It develops through exercise. Give a child plenty of exercise, for body and brain. The trouble with our way of educating is that it does not give elasticity to the mind. It casts the brain into a mold. It insists that the child must accept. It does not encourage original thought or reasoning, and it lays more stress on memory than observation. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. 5% of the people think. 10% of the people think they think. And the other 85% would rather die than think. Never go to sleep without a request to your subconscious. The greatest invention in the world is the mind of a child. I owe my success to the fact that I never had a clock in my workroom. Success is 90% perspiration and 10% inspiration. The successful person makes a habit of doing what the failing person doesn't like to do. Vision without execution is delusion. Fools call wise men fools. A wise man never calls any man a fool. I never view mistakes as failures. They are simply opportunities to find out what doesn't work. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. There is a better way for everything. Find it. Having a vision for what you want is not enough. Vision without execution is hallucination. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Everything comes to those who hustle while they wait. The trouble with most people is that they quit before they start. There is no substitute for hard work. Each time you fail, you have eliminated another wrong option. What you are will show in what you do. The first 40 hours of work per week are for survival. Everything after that is for success. A man's best friend is a good wife. Work while others are wishing. Most of my ideas belong to other people who never bothered to develop them. Before you reject an idea, find at least 5 good things about it. Your worth consists in what you are and not in what you have. I never quit until I get what I want. Time is really the only capital that any human being has, and the only thing he can't afford to lose. The brain can be developed just the same as the muscles can be developed, if one will only take the pains to train the mind to think. I do not believe in the God of the theologians, but that there is a supreme intelligence I do not doubt. Remember, life is all what you focus on. Learn lessons and keep moving forward towards your goals and dreams. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. A diamond is a piece of coal that's stuck to the job. People are not remembered by how few times they fail, but by how often they succeed. Every wrong step is another step forward. The perils of overwork are slight compared with the dangers of inactivity. You can't realize your dreams unless you have one to begin with. Accomplishing something provides the only real satisfaction in life. I failed my way to success. Every failure is a lesson learned about your strategy. Being busy does not always mean real work. The object of all work is production or accomplishment, and to either of these ends there must be forethought, system, planning, intelligence, and honest purpose, as well as perspiration. Seeming to do is not doing. To do much clear thinking, a person must arrange for regular periods of solitude when they can concentrate and indulge the imagination without distraction. The biggest failure of man is that he gives up before he realizes how close he was to success. Today, I am wondering what would have happened to me by now, if, 50 years ago, some fluent talker had converted me to the theory of the 8-hour day and convinced me that it was not fair to my fellow workers to put forth my best efforts in my work. I am glad that the 8-hour day had not been invented when I was a young man. If my life had been made up of 8-hour days, I don't believe I could have accomplished a great deal. Be brave as your fathers before you. Have faith and go forward. The only time I really become discouraged is when I think of all the things I would like to do and the little time I have in which to do them. A good intention, with a bad approach, often leads to a poor result. The strength of the Constitution lies in the will of the people to defend it. A teacher sent the following note home with a 6-year-old boy. He is too stupid to learn. That boy was Thomas A. Edison. A genius is a talented person who does his homework. There seems to be no limit to which some men will go to avoid the labor of thinking. Thinking is hard work. The doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will cure and prevent disease with nutrition. Discontent is the first necessity of progress. I have far more respect for the person with a single idea who gets there than for the person with 1,000 ideas who does nothing. If we did all the things we are capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. Continued innovation is the best way to beat the competition. When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this: you haven't. There is always a better way. I have friends in overalls whose friendship I would not swap for the favor of the kings of the world. Absorb ideas from every source. Do the thing and the power will come. I know this world is ruled by infinite intelligence. Everything that surrounds us, everything that exists, proves that there are infinite laws behind it. There can be no denying this fact. It is mathematical in its precision. We will make electricity so cheap that only the rich will burn candles. My mother was the making of me. She was so true and so sure of me. I felt that I had someone to live for, someone I must not disappoint. The memory of my mother will always be a blessing to me. I never perfected an invention that I did not think about in terms of the service it might give others. I find out what the world needs, then I proceed to invent. Show me a thoroughly satisfied man, and I will show you a failure. Restlessness is discontent, and discontent is the first necessity of progress. Show me a thoroughly satisfied man and I will show you a failure. Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Education isn't play, and it can't be made to look like play. It is hard work, but it can be made interesting work. I make more mistakes than anyone else I know, and sooner or later, I patent most of them. I am a vegetarian as well as a passionate anti-alcoholic, because I can thus make better use of my brain. Mr. Edison worked endlessly on a problem, using the method of elimination. If a person asked him if he were discouraged because so many attempts proved unavailing, he would say, "No, I am not discouraged, because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward." Good fortune is what happens when opportunity meets with planning. The chief function of the body is to carry the brain around. Success is based on imagination plus ambition and the will to work. The man who doesn't make up his mind to cultivate the habit of thinking misses the greatest pleasure in life. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up.